My name is Ennis Barbary, and I graduated with a degree in cultural anthropology from Marshall in 2011. I'm from Athens, West Virginia, and next year in the fall I'm planning on going to University of Maryland to get my master's in applied anthropology. I want to focus on the environment and on ideas of heritage with that degree. At first, I decided to study anthropology because I wanted to switch my major, and I was really interested in learning about different cultures and in possibly traveling and just in sort of the human side of everything. So that's why I initially started studying anthropology, but I think I've found a lot of reasons since then to keep studying anthropology and to, continue studying it at a graduate level too. I think I didn't realize at first all the different things that anthropology can be applied to, from public health to developing heritage tourism sites and sort of seeing if those are being effective in the communities, and looking at environmental issues, and even just this whole array of different things that you could go to graduate school in after getting your bachelor's in anthropology.
Okay.
So, I think the classes that I took from the anthropology professors at Marshall have been really helpful in helping me, or they've been really useful to help me decide what I want to study next in graduate school, sort of open up the possibilities of what anthropology has to offer. And the way that the classes were taught also helped me develop my own interests, because in both my archaeology classes and my cultural anthropology classes with Brian Hoey, he used a lot of position papers, whereas in other classes you're told what to write about, but with the position papers and the presentations that both Dr. Hoey and Dr. Frieden at Marshall used, with those kinds of assignments, you get to focus on what you want to study about the chapter or about the articles that we've been looking at. So you get to focus on what you're interested in and build up your, knowledge and thinking about that, rather than being told what to write about and what to think about. The anthropology program at Marshall also helped me to feel prepared for going to graduate school in anthropology, because I was able to do independent research, and I felt really supported by the professors, especially Brian Hoey, who was my mentor with the independent research project that I did, and helped me through email even over the summer when I was just getting started. The opportunity to do independent research and then to do a literature review on that and to present that research even at academic conferences was just sort of opened my mind to what I can do with anthropology. And it also, I'm sure, helped me build up my CV and resume for applying to grad school. The anthropology program at Marshall has really helped me feel prepared for going on to a graduate anthropology program because of the chance to do independent research as an undergraduate. While I was an undergraduate at Marshall, I did independent research over the summer between my junior and senior year. I did an ethnographic study in the New River Gorge, and then I did a literature review with that study, and even presented that research at some academic conferences in the spring. And I think doing that and being able to put those conferences and those papers on my CV really helped me to get into graduate school, and also to start to feel prepared to actually do that kind of research and work and presentations in graduate school. Okay. Another part of the anthropology department in Marshall that really helped me is the junior seminar and the general support from the faculty about going to grad school or getting a job after I graduate from anthropology. I think the junior seminar, which was added recently to the program, in anthropology and sociology is really useful because it makes you start thinking about your CV and your resume and how you really want to put anthropology to work for you once you graduate. And so I think all of that is really important, and just support. I also got a lot of support from Brian Hoey, my mentor, and from the other faculty in reading my my essays that I was going to send to grad schools, and in looking over my applications for these different grad schools, writing me letters of recommendation. So they were just very helpful in helping me get into grad school and think about what I wanted to do in grad school once I was there. So I think there's a lot of good general advice from them.
My name is Brittany Vance, and I studied anthropology at Marshall University, and I graduated in spring 2011. Well, I plan on going into archaeology in the future, and the archaeology field school is a very good thing for the anthropology program to have, because whenever you get a job in archaeology, you have to have taken a archaeology field school. A field school will usually give you all the knowledge that you need to, basic knowledge that you need to work in an archaeological dig. So, and I also had a lot of fun with that. It was a lot of fun working with people too. Also, in the anthropology program, there are a lot of classes where you have to present work that you've done. And on these, when you do your senior project, at the end of the year, you present the research that you've done in the COLA conference. This has really helped me a lot get used to speaking in front of people, and as well as do research of my own. I had two favorite classes. My two favorite ones were Global Problems and Anthropology Through Film. I really liked both of these classes because I was learning things in the classes that I was able to apply in things outside of a textbook or outside of a school. For example, in Anthropology Through Film, we learned about a whole lot of themes that went through most movies. So I could just go to a movie and say, oh, I just learned about this in my class today, and that was really great. In Global Problems, it was basically the same thing. I'd hear things on the news and say, oh, well, we just talked about this in class today. This is awesome. When I first became interested in archaeology, I played lots and lots of video games. So that was my first exposure to archaeology. I wanted to travel a lot, and I wanted to be a lot like the characters like Lara Croft or Indiana Jones. They have very exciting lives, obviously, capturing artifacts and fighting Nazis and all kinds of fun stuff like that. But after I began taking classes at Marshall for anthropology, I obviously learned a lot more about anthropology and archaeology as a field. Well, in my opinion, how anthropology and archaeology really are is much better than what I thought they were from the video games and movies and stuff. Like most students, I jumped around between different fields of anthropology, but eventually I was able to decide on more or less one subject that I was really interested in and that I believe I will be able to focus in on in grad school. I feel like the anthropology program at Marshall has a certain... The people who are in the program are special in a way because they, in my experience, they were very friendly to me and very supportive. It was very easy for me to make friends in my anthropology classes, which is really nice considering over the years I've been somewhat of an antisocial person. It's been very, very difficult for me to make friends over the course of my life, and so it was very wonderful to go into a program where everybody was so nice and supportive. Both the students and the professors are all really great. They were all very supportive during personal and academic situations. I had a certain instance once where I was just doing very badly with my schoolwork, and I was very stressed out over everything. One of the professors I was taking at that time, of course he was very nice about it. He said he understood that, well, things are very stressful for a college student, and it's okay to take time to take a break from your schoolwork and relax, and then maybe later get back to what you were doing. And I had talked to him in his office, and he was very, very nice with it.
One more time.
My advice to incoming high school students thinking about studying anthropology would be, don't throw anthropology away by the wayside just because you think, oh, well, there's no jobs in it, or I have to go to grad school and get a PhD, or I have to become a cultural anthropologist or an archaeologist. You don't have to do any of that. Just because you're studying anthropology doesn't mean later on you have to become an anthropologist. You can go on and go into business, or you can become a writer, or anything like that. Anthropology is a very versatile subject, so you can use many of the skills that you learn while studying anthropology for all kinds of different career tracks.